Hi everyone, Nathan here from Mighty Lancer Games. I'm here with Mrs MLG and we're going to talk about what makes owning a game store awesome.
That's right, we're going to talk about what makes owning Mighty Lancer Games awesome from Mr MLG's point of view. So, what makes it awesome then? Because I wrote a few things down in my little book. But I want you to tell me first what your thoughts are, without just of looking at everything I've written down there like you just did. Cheap bum.
Honestly, not. What makes owning a game store awesome?
No. What makes owning
Mighty Lancer Games? What
awesome.
makes Mighty Lancer Games awesome? It really is seeing happiness in a customer's face, or in anybody's face, but when they're in store and they've found something they've been looking for, when you've helped them out with advice about a game, painting, any of these things really, when they've played their game for the first time, they might have been absolutely crushed by their opponent, but they've still had a great time experiencing like a board game or a role-playing game or whatever for the first time, or they've just been enjoying what they've been doing or anything. It's all of that enjoyment that is the reason that I wanted to open a game store in the first place, because I'm mad for the hobby and I want other people to enjoy the hobby. So we did it because
you always get your own way.
I always get my own way, but I wanted other people to have access to the hobby and be able to indulge and explore all of the fantastic fantasy and sci-fi worlds out there. In literally, basically, I can't kind of like gush about it enough, but it's all of the awesome stuff that is available, and seeing people delight in the excitement that generates. So
based on that then,
yeah. And
I just want to remind everybody that you didn't know what I'm going to ask you.
Nope.
So this is all just genuine. We don't have one of those teleprompter. It would be really cool if we could have one of them teleprompter things.
I think I'd be like Jimmy Carr, and I'd have to read
every single line.
Every single line.
Here is Mrs MLG.
Yeah, and you could put something on it like
I would.
Flippity Fluha.
I would put something. It'd be like we were watching the Gladiators and Legend wrote.
Yeah.
That, Legend is the best when they were reading it out.
Yeah. I would be like that.
But anyway, so.
And I'd be pulling all sorts of weird faces while I was doing it as well. Like, Legend is the best? What?
What's that film? Ron Burgundy.
When they mess with it.
So anyway, that wasn't what I was going to ask you.
Okay.
Based on the fact that the most enjoyable part for you, the bit that you really drives the passion in owning Mighty Lancer Games for you, is seeing people playing those games and being introduced to new things and just picking up a new hobby and stuff. Can you remember any of the firsts? Any of the people that came into the shop and it was their first go at whatever? Can you remember any of those scenarios? Oh, I mean, I know it's been 10 years, but is there any that really stick out to you? Whether it's, people painting for the first time, or coming in and maybe being a bit sheepish or a bit scared or a bit nervous or whatever and not really knowing what to do, and then now they're here every week or whatever. Is there any of those? Do I need like a clog animation?
There's a few. So we've had kids come in and we've taught them how to play Pokemon for the first time. So they've been probably had cards for a long time, and they come in and buy Pokemon cards. They don't really know why they like it, and eventually their parents have convinced them to come along to our after school Pokemon club
on a
Thursday, 4 till 6. It's £2 per child.
In 2026.
Yeah. Children under 16 must be accompanied by an adult. Anyway. But they've come along for the first time and we've taught them how to play Pokemon with the cards. And sometimes these kids are in their early teens and what have you. And they've had these cards since they were old enough to read the text on them. And they've always collected them but never really known how to play the game. And once you teach them how to play, and it kind of unlocks a whole extra aspect of the cards. Like, some people collect them because they want one of every Pokemon, so they're trying to get All the Pokemon are numbered, you might not know. So Bulbasaur is number 1 and Pikachu, I think, is number 25 and what have you. But there's like 1,100 Pokemon now. So some people just want to collect all of the Pokemon. So they'll buy like a massive binder and they'll just try and collect one of every one, and they get the art that they really like. And some people like specific artists and they try and get all the Pokemon that specific artist has collected and what have you. But once you teach them how to play the game as well, that's like a whole different thing. We've got a couple of customers who've told us over the years that we've literally like saved their life, which is like crazy, but very like humbling. Crazy in terms, like, not crazy that like a game store would save someone's life, because mental health is very important, but like that people have been on a real low. So when we opened the first little shop, I mean, I can remember the customer coming in, and he came and he was like, I can't believe I live upstairs. I live in the flats upstairs.
Yeah, did you?
I can't believe I live in the flats upstairs and you've opened a game shop down below. I used to be mad for Warhammer when I was a kid, and I'm like at a real low point in my life. He was having a bit of a battle with like alcohol and anyway, whatever. You know, like, you've really kind of like saved me. And now he's still a customer now, and he's come in like semi-recently and gone like, you know that you really did kind of turn my life around by opening the shop downstairs.
Especially with it being literally below his house.
I know. It's nuts. We've had, not particularly kind of a first, like, we had a guy, so there's, we have a system for the local stores in town that's a shop radio.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So bear with me on this. So all the shops have walkie-talkie systems, so they can be in touch with the CCTV that covers the town centre and what have you. And before we had that system, so in our second store, we'd been there maybe about 3 months.
Yeah, because when we first started out, we couldn't afford such things. We were just starting.
So it was a bit of an extra expense and what have you, and we didn't have it at the time. But we had a couple of staff and we were building our way up, obviously. So what we used to do was not particularly pounce on people when they come through the door, but we'd like have some demo games set up and we're encouraging people to play. And this chap came in, he'd been wandering around the store, and one of the guys said to him like, "Oh, well, have you've been looking at the Walking Dead stuff, do you want to have a demo?" And taught him how to play, about half an hour, taught him how to play the game, and the guy thanked him and left. Anyway, shortly after, we received all this documentation through, and it turned out this guy was like quite a prolific shoplifter in town. But after that, we never had any problems, and he came back and he became a proper, actual paying customer.
Just because you were nice to him.
But we'd kind of like spent a bit of time talking to him, and we'd introduced him to the game, and he's like, he was just his picture is on the shop watch.
Oh, that's that guy.
Yeah, that's that guy that we taught how to play The Walking Dead last week. But
there was that one who came in this shop, and the shop radio said something. And
it was So we generally have the volume cranked up a little bit loud, so when the thing's on the counter, and they came in and they said like, Joe Bloggs has just walked into Mighty Lancer, and he just pulled his hands up and went like, "Yeah, that's me," and turned around and left.
Yeah.
And
oh dear.
And we don't see any of them now. I think like that's with.
Well, now come on, don't be tempting fate there.
I'm not saying that things don't get stolen,
because they do.
Because
I get really grumpy about it.
But we never we've never caught anybody, and we do have CCTV in the store and what have you, and it's always little stuff in it, like paints and other bits and pieces.
It's not like when I worked in that department store and they came in with a knife and threatened all the staff.
For the chocolate.
Which was just mind-blowing. I was stood behind the till. Like, I had money. That poor lady over there that you've just threatened, she's got some chocolate bars.
Yeah.
It was
threatened her at knife point with some Turkish delight.
Yeah, it's like, have it, no one else wants it. We sold Turkish delight.
Horrible.
But it's bizarre what people I mean, I've never understood it, having not been a thief. So maybe can't really justify or understand or really comment on any of that malarkey. Yeah. One of the things that I remember, so going back to actually the
question, sorry,
and not thieves, was when we had the scout group in.
Oh yeah.
The scouts came to do some painting in store.
To get their model making badge.
Yeah, and they were so excited. And you mentioned Golden Demon.
Yes.
Do you remember that?
I do, yeah.
Go on.
Oh. So we had a load of the Space Marines. So Games Workshop send.
Do they still do it?
We can still get them. We can still get them. So that we can get a like painting kit basically to do learn to paint events in store. So we had so many Space Marines and Stormcast Eternals, and we had the Scouts in. So they built them. So they're a little kit. They're a push fit, but you.
Yeah, you still got to build.
Whatever. So you build it. So they got their model making badge. I think now they've actually got a Warhammer badge that's a Space Marine or something.
I think they've got one. This was a little while
ago. I don't know whether they've withdrawn the support for the Scouts and they've just gone back to supporting the schools. Anyway, I'm not 100% sure on like what their policies are. However, at the time it was their model making badge. So they built the Space Marine or the Stormcast from the sprue and then they painted it. And we provided all the paints and what have you. And some of them did some really macabre paint jobs. There was and it was the girls rather than the boys that were like the most bloodthirsty, so like big blood splats, and one of them had hacked the guy's arm off when they were putting him together, so he's got a stump going on and like blood gushing all down the side of it and what have you. And some of them did a really fantastic job of painting the stuff. But for many of them it was their first experience of painting and what have you. And I had mentioned that Games Workshop run a yearly painting competition, the Golden Demon Awards, which is a fantastic painting competition, and the standard is extremely high. And some of the kids wanted us to enter their Space Marines because at the time it was just was it around lockdown or just before lockdown, wasn't it? I can't remember, but there was a reason.
Lockdown.
No, it wasn't. No, because we were still in that store. It was in the second shop. And but the format for the Golden Demon that year was that you had to photograph your minis and send them in.
Oh, is that why you were thinking?
Yeah, rather than take them. Yeah, there was something. I can't remember what the reason was, but it was to photograph your stuff and send it in rather than it being, because they sent us a light box. I remember that. Anyway, yeah. So they wanted us to like photograph their stuff and submit them for Golden Demon, which was fantastic. Like when they do kids categories, like the Young Bloods category. Yeah.
Well, we did. Obviously, we didn't.
But
we didn't hear anything.
Yeah, their first mini they've ever painted, and they were like wanted it.
They were so excited, weren't they?
Yeah.
I wonder if any of those kids have gone on, because they must be.
Yeah.
A lot older now. We've had this shop for 6 years.
Yeah. Well, they weren't from Brid, were they? They were from Driffield, I think, weren't they?
I thought they were from Brid. Anyway.
No.
I don't know. So any other firsts, any other that you can think of? I mean, you don't have to. You can say no.
Yeah.
You can always come back to it.
Not off the top of my head, but like, yeah. There certainly has been some like very cool moments. Very cool moments.
So what else makes owning the shop awesome?
Actually getting to play some games.
Yeah, you played games last night. You're always playing games.
Yeah. So I generally only get to play games twice a week. So Thursday night I normally play, and last night was Thursday because it's Friday today. Normally on a Thursday night I play a game of something, and normally currently it is Blood Bowl, and we're just starting Season 7. This week is the first week of fixtures for Season 7 of the EYBBL Blood Bowl League in store. EYBBL stands for East Yorkshire Blood Bowl League, by the way, just in case you're wondering. And merch is available through Mighty Lancer Games. So normally it's Blood Bowl, but I haven't played my Blood Bowl fixture yet because last night I played Combat Patrol Warhammer 40,000. One of our regulars talked me and another one of our customers through playing a game of Combat Patrol. I was using Necrons, the same Necrons that I've been painting for the last month or so. And my friend Lewis, he was using White Scars. He's just been recently very excited about White Scars, and he's painted up the White Scars Combat Patrol. So we had a good game. Got the scenery all laid out with some rocks. I have got a photo. We can put that up in front.
You don't have photos on podcasts. Just get on.
All right, okay. Anyway, we've got a photo somewhere. of the setup, and had it all nicely arranged with rocks, and all the minis were painted apart from my Scorpec destroyer, Canoptech destroyer thing, because I hadn't finished it in time, and everything looked great on the table. So we set up. I got the first turn, so I moved all my stuff forward and claimed a couple of objectives, and then Lewis charged in and killed a whole bunch of my Necrons, but my big walker thing on this side of the table survived the first round of combat, and then eventually over the next sort of couple of turns, my Lord and my Scorpec destroyers basically ate all this stuff, which is really good. Resounding victory for the Necrons. I think I'd scored at the end of the game. I'd wiped him out, so we called it there. But I think you do play a fixed number of turns, so potentially I could have gone on to score a lot more victory points. But at the point of defeat, it was somewhere in the region of 34 to 15 victory points.
So you said that somebody was talking you through Combat Patrol. Have you not played Combat Patrol before?
I have, but a very long time ago, and I can't remember the rules.
Is it a more compact,
yes,
easy to learn, quicker game than 40k then?
Yeah, so the idea is that you buy a Combat Patrol box set.
I think that in the last picking video, which is probably 2 weeks ago now by the time you're watching this, I picked a White Scars Combat Patrol and said, oh, that's pretty.
Yeah, with the guy on his motorbike with the flying grab bike thing. It's got a horrible assault cannon that does loads of shots on it. It's crazy. And the guy on it is rock hard as well.
Well, you're going to have to be if you're just riding a bike and everybody else has got tanks and stuff.
Yeah. So you buy a Combat Patrol box set, which is like a self-contained army. They're all semi-evenly matched against each other. Right. So if Lewis had got the first turn, the game could have gone. So
it's not just that you were far better outpowered with your
and my dice rolls for the first 2 turns were absolute fire as well, which
is unusual.
Very unusual for me. So I didn't fail a saving throw for the first 2 turns of the game, which was absolutely awesome. Yeah, and completely uncharacteristic of me. Anyway, so I won that game, and that was great. And then spent the rest of the night chatting and what have you. Well,
that's all you ever do. You tell me you're at work. He comes home at like 12:30, 1 o'clock, and he tells me he's been at work all day because he gets up at 6, and blah blah blah. And all he's really doing is wandering around chatting to his mates, playing games. I know.
I sell them stuff as well.
Yeah, we have a little shop on a Thursday night, don't we, upstairs?
So we have the counter area upstairs, so I can sell them cans of pop and all that sort of stuff. Cans of pop. Everybody drinks Monster these days. Monster.
I've never had any Monster.
No, I've never tried it either.
We used to drink Red Bull.
Yeah.
When I was younger, but I never liked it.
Well, we used to drink Blue Thunder, didn't we, with our vodka?
Blue Thunder?
That was Aldi own brand Red Bull.
Oh, right, is that what it was called?
Yeah, it was because we were too cheap to buy Red Bull.
I didn't like the taste of Red Bull though.
Yeah.
So it was rare. It was only if I really needed to stay awake. So we used to go out Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and work like all week.
Yeah.
So by the time Sunday came, you might have needed a Red Bull just to stay awake.
I think so. Yeah.
I once went out with my friend, and me and him got absolutely like high as a kite on coffee. We didn't have anything to drink at all. We just had coffee. But I think because we were so tired, it was, and we were nuts anyway. Just pretend to be drunk. It's a lot cheaper.
Before we met.
Yeah, but you know my friends.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do.
So what else then? What else is awesome?
What else is awesome? We've had some pretty good press coverage over the time, haven't we?
Yes.
So we featured in the local paper when we opened originally, and we had.
Oh, that was so sweet because little Miss was, how old was she? 3?
3, yeah.
2 or 3, and she cut the ribbon.
Yeah, so we had the ribbon, and the mayor was there.
Yes.
And what have you? So we'd like managed to rustle a few local specialities up, dignitaries. That's the right word. So so we got the mayor and the lady mayor, or whatever you call these misses. Is that the right thing?
I think so. I think it's Lady Mary.
And one of the local papers, so that we're in the paper as like new business opening and what have you. That was pretty cool. Yeah. And then we've been in the paper a few other times for doing different things. We've had Look North round. We had a Halloween party at the shop.
We used to run Halloween parties every year for the local kids. So free Halloween party. So during the day, come dressed up, play all different games. Everything was free.
We had Pin the Tail on the Werewolf.
Pin the Tail on the Werewolf.
Stuff like that.
And then like board games as well, and like throw sacks through stuff and hoops over things and just all sorts of things. So it was more, you could come with your family and play games. If you didn't want to go out and knock on people's doors, you know, if you didn't like doing that activity, or because it was during the day, you could do both.
Yeah.
So the idea was, you know, if you didn't want to go out on a night time and knock on people's doors, if you were maybe a bit scared or whatever of doing that, then you hadn't missed out on Halloween, because Halloween's the best time of year. So we did that for a good number of years. We don't do it anymore, but yeah, it was good when we did it. And Look North came down, didn't they, to see us, and the kids all got interviewed, and they all howled at the moon like werewolves. So it was really cute.
Yeah, it was nice.
And they interviewed me and then cut it out. It was a bit like that moment in Big Bang Theory where Penny gets all her family around to watch her in the TV show, her first like TV appearance, and they just cut the whole thing out. It's like, yeah, I'm not in it anymore then. Yeah. But I don't talk properly, do I? I think that's half the problem. But yeah, but that was good.
Yeah.
So what part of the Halloween parties did you like then?
The same as like the rest of having a shop. It was just seeing everybody excited. Was like, that was the best thing. Everyone dressing up and having a good time. That was just doing daft games and
yeah, it was fun. It was hard work.
It was hard work
because we still had to run the shop at the same time as having all these kids running around being monsters.
I think we've had too much other commitments that we haven't been able to do it for the past few years. So
and we're upstairs now.
Yeah.
When we did it, it was in the old shop. We did do it a couple of times in this shop.
We did.
But the fact that it's upstairs, when the kids are running around, it does sound like a herd of elephants.
It does.
Are on the top floor when you were downstairs, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty loud.
And I don't like. I mean, obviously the kids can't come on their own; their families come with them. But I don't like them running near the stairs. I get scared.
Yeah.
That's just a me thing, I think.
Yeah. We've just had a lot of stuff going on outside of work, haven't we? Like the last year we did it was when we got the puppy. So
yeah,
because I remember that was
yeah.
So I left.
What were you dressed as?
I was a mummy.
You were a mummy. The first time that Gizmo ever saw you, like to be brought home, you were a mummy.
Yeah.
Picking him up. Don't worry about me. I know I look a bit strange, but you're just coming home with me now. Yeah. And you brought him straight home to the shop, and he had a little pair of dragon wings, didn't he?
We did, yeah.
Oh,
yeah, he was so cute.
He was really cute.
I think we might have
And now he's just a stinky git bag.
Yeah, grumpy dog. Goes and sits in the other room and ignores us.
No, that's just me. Loves you. Bounces around, all happy and excited when you come home. I've missed you so much, Dad. So Halloween parties were super cool.
Halloween parties.
I did actually have that written in my book, Halloween parties. Look, being on Look North, Halloween party.
Yeah.
Being in the Times.
Being in the Times. We were. Were we on page 3?
You
were on
page 3 of the Times.
Of the Times. In a whole article about running Dungeons and Dragons in store. Which was absolutely like, I don't know.
So Stranger Things had come out.
That was it, yeah.
And they wanted to do an article about how people get into D&D, how D&D has influenced people, how they've seen the TV programme and it might be having a resurge, and you're like, well, it's always been popular, what are you on about?
Yeah.
But that's what the article was about.
Yeah, it was crazy. I can't exactly remember. Mrs MLG and I were away in Nottingham. I'd enrolled us in a sculpting course, hadn't I?
Cool,
with Alex Huntley, who has a owns Warp Miniatures, it's just opened a store.
He just has, yeah.
It's just opened a store where he actually like sculpts in store and stuff. But
he's really very clever.
And I think that the place where he's opened his store is either very close in the same complex as where we went to the sculpting course. But it was that weekend.
We were rubbish at sculpting.
Yeah, because I just can't take instruction. I'm pathetic.
You tell your story and then I'll tell everyone why we were rubbish.
Okay. So we were away and we were at this thing and we discovered that the article that we'd given all the information for and like all had the interview and all the rest of it was published in the paper. So then we had to well, we didn't have to, but we wanted to get a copy of the paper. So like we ran round to like the nearest newsagent and got one so that we could have it, and then like went back and was like showing other people that were at the thing going like, look, this is us in the paper in the Times.
Yeah, that we've never read.
Nope. Yeah,
no,
it was awesome.
We went on the sculpting course just as like a personal treat, as some fun, and it was very informative and cemented my idea that I can't sculpt. But you weren't listening. So he was explaining to us how to mix the stuff and how to use like wire dollies and the different processes that you need to do, the very basics, obviously. And you just decided, instead of doing what you were told, you were going to make a giant.
Yeah, because
It's terrible.
I knew that I wouldn't be able to sculpt at 28mm scale. I knew I wouldn't be able to do it, so I thought if I just exaggerate it a little bit, I might find that a little bit easier.
But he said to you, that's lovely. He was very kind, and he said that's lovely that you're doing your own thing, and sculpting is obviously about expressing yourself and stuff. But we are literally not going to have enough time for you to finish that, which is why we were all just following the same path.
Yeah.
And did you get it finished?
No.
No. And that must have been, wowzers, 8 years ago?
It's a while.
7 years ago? And they're still we haven't even painted them.
No,
they're still in the cupboard. They're still just green.
I thought they were in the cabinet at the shop.
Oh, they were in a cupboard cabinet, wasn't it?
Oh, okay. Sorry.
But, we didn't even finish them in all that time.
No.
So you were never going to finish them in the allotted time on the day. But it was lots of fun though, wasn't it? He's very patient, he knows, obviously, extremely talented and knows exactly what he's doing. And then he's got the likes of us too. I mean, I didn't understand the basics, and you just weren't doing as you were told.
No, I'm rubbish.
But it was fun.
Yeah.
I think it might have been an anniversary treat or a birthday.
Yeah, I think
it was for something.
I think it might have been an anniversary thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think so.
Can't remember. Mixing green. Coincidentally, just discovered recently that the company that make green stuff apparently has gone out of business.
They had the patent, or is that what they call it?
Right.
Is it patent? When they own the rights of thingy. Right. But other places make it, so they maybe make it slightly differently. I don't know.
A local sculptor came in and bought everything that we had and said, if you can get any more, please get me some more, because this company's gone bust and we can't get it now. So
we'll have to have a poke about.
We've got some arrived today, but unfortunately the price has increased because everybody else has realised that
that's
supply
what happens,
is getting
isn't it?
shorter, so the price has gone up.
That's what happens.
It's still cheap though. I think £10 for a 18-inch roll. I think is quite reasonable.
So we've had the scalps and we've had the rainbows.
Oh, we did, yeah.
Did the rainbows come to play games?
Rainbows came to play board games and
stuff.
Did
they?
Yeah.
That was quite sweet. There was a lot of double being played.
Yeah.
Rainbows
are the younger brownies, aren't they?
Yes, the tiny little... because it was fun, wasn't it? So,
it was.
And we also have, in the past... Are you all right? We also...
My back was aching a little bit, so I was just changing my position. Yeah, I'm fine. Did I pull a strange face?
You did, yeah, but it's all right as long as you're okay. Oh, I saw something the other day, right? This is completely off topic. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
I saw something the other day about, how when your back's hurting, and you do this, don't you? And it doesn't really help because that's kind of not how you adjust your posture, or it don't really work, right? I don't know how true this is, and this is completely off games. But I saw this guy says if you do this with your thumbs,
right?
Yeah, and then you're gonna have to move, and then you just put them round. As you bring them round, you automatically straighten your back.
All right.
and then your posture kind of lines up on its own without you doing all this weird stuff. So I didn't know if that might help you, because you've always had awful posture. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, you know, you do it when...
Yeah, right, yeah.
Did you feel that?
Yeah. I feel it, my shoulder, like, in where I've always had a, shoulder
I don't
injury.
think you're supposed to, like, go... It's just, you know, as you naturally basically move your arms back, you're... He's just going to poke me now. He's going to use that as an excuse to poke me. Anyway, you, at one point, provided a space for the homeschooling groups. Do you remember?
Yes. Yeah.
How did that come about?
I believe, if I remember rightly, that it came out of a conversation where one lady came in and we got talking about that she homeschooled her children and what have you. And she said, like, oh, it'd be great if we could get together with other families. And I said, like, well, we've got a big space upstairs.
Open space.
Yeah, big gaming space upstairs that isn't really getting utilised during the day. So you're more than welcome to come and play some of the board games and what have you. And it's like...
They came for quite a while.
We only charge £1. And what have you, and you're more than welcome to come and like hang out here. So and they did for quite some time, and I believe that the only reason that they kind of drifted out of coming was because a couple of the ladies were having new babies and just couldn't.
Yeah, well, life gets in the way, doesn't it?
Yeah, and they were kind of like the ones that organised everybody else.
But it's always nice when the gaming floor, because the gaming floor is very quiet during the day. It's very busy on a Thursday and Friday and some weekends, but it is very quiet. But when you can just hear people having a good time playing games, that's always nice. So when they were there was just like, you know, laughter and whatever. It's nice. It's nice to fill the space with laughter.
It is, yeah, and that's why it's very cheap. That's why we only charge £1, because we want it to get used. Like, we're just not providing the space to try and make loads of money out of it.
No, I mean, if we wanted to make money, we wouldn't have a game shop.
No.
I'd make you get a proper job.
Yeah, we need to kind of cover the cost of the electric, obviously, the lighting and what have you, which is why we just make it a nominal £1 per person. But there's the board games that you can play, and you can bring your own games and play, which is what some people do. Like, they come in during the day, they bring board games and what have you. Even if they're not playing Warhammer or anything else.
Yeah, because all the terrain and mats and stuff are for Warhammer and stuff. But the kids from the homeschooling group obviously wanted to play board games, because board games are awesome, aren't they? Board games, card games, all tabletop games, that kind of thing. It's hand-eye coordination. It's kind of maths. It's communication skills. It's eye-to-eye contact with other people, not a screen or whatever. And it's all of these hidden little secrets and hidden little things that you don't realise that they're learning because they're having fun, but you are like secretly teaching them. You're teaching them communication, you're teaching them maths, you're teaching them the basic like rules and how to read rules and follow rules and patience in some respects. Card games are awesome for all of those kind of things.
Absolutely. One of the games that those guys used to play most regularly was Catan, and then you've got to talk to everybody else because you're trading stuff and all of the other things, as you've just said, like you're communicating. So the kids that were maybe in kind of like more isolated. Yeah,
when you're not going to school and seeing a whole school full of kids, it's maybe, I mean, I don't know, it's maybe a bit more difficult. Because you're only seeing certain people all the time, aren't you? Like when little Miss is on school holidays and all she sees is us. I mean, how boring must that be for her?
Yeah, I know. At least now she's getting a bit older. She's going on trips and stuff.
Yeah, but when she was little, we used to play Rory's Story Cubes with her, didn't we? They're good. If you have little ones, you roll dice, and on each side of the dice there is a picture, and then you just make up a story from the pictures of the dice. It's that simple, but it gets their imagination going. She used to make up stories about fairies wishing for sofas.
Yeah, and evil queens.
And but it's just fun. Another Sophie. But anyway, so that's good. I think part of it, you know, what you were saying before about owning the game shop, and the most enjoyable part is providing this space for people. So when the homeschooling people came, it was nice to be able to provide that space, just an open space where they could just play
they're more than welcome to more than welcome to come back. I haven't seen many of them for quite a while. I guess the like family life
Well,
kind
that's
of
it.
taken
Things
off.
change, don't they?
Yeah.
The one that I remember that I wrote down here, and you will remember it better than I do, but was when a couple came in. A couple came in and they were so like giddy and excited, and I thought to myself, oh, that's quite. I don't know why I was in the shop. That's quite sweet. You know, I wonder if they're on holiday and they wanted to buy some cards, and it turns out that they just got married.
Mm.
Do you remember that one?
I do, yeah. So I think we were putting up Halloween decorations, maybe.
Yeah, there must have been a reason I was there.
So they bought some magic cards while they were downstairs, and then they had come upstairs to sit at one of the tables and open them. And when we discovered that they had just got married, we got some of the promo packs. Wizards of the Coast that make Magic the Gathering send us like promo prize packs. So as soon as they just got married, I gave them a couple.
Yeah.
And then they opened Meat Hook Massacre. So it was like around the time of Midnight Hunt a couple of years ago. And the young lady opened a Meat Hook Massacre card. And did the guy take it off her? And they're like, oh, that's I'll have that then. Because he played and she didn't. He was like, oh, I'll have that.
Didn't even literally just got married, and he's like, well, everything's mine that's yours. And yours. Like, you know, that's it now, that's mine.
They were like joking, messing about.
Like,
it was funny.
But it did make me smile that was like the first thing that they did.
Yeah.
We get married and then we'll basically go and buy some magic cards, and that's our treat. That's our honeymoon treat.
Yeah.
So that was sweet, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Is there any other instances, because you play Magic all the time, is there any other instances of people getting really cool stuff or really rubbish stuff?
Not Magic. I've mentioned a few times about Pokemon, but the instance I can think of is when we were doing Pokemon pre-release for the Paldea Evolved set, which is a while ago now. But there's a young lad that comes called Brandon, and it really made my day that day. So he'd been talking about, while we were playing the event and opening the original packs, he'd been telling me that the card that he really wanted to open out of the set was the Skeletor GX. And if he got a Skeletor GX, he'd be over the moon. He's like young at the time. I can't remember how old he was, but young at the time. And he was so excited. He really wanted this Skeletor, and that would be like the most awesome thing. And then when he came to open the prize packs at the end of the event, because you get so many packs for participating and so many packs based on where your ranking is and all the rest of it. And when he opened one of these packs and he pulled the illustration rare version of this Skeletor GX, and he just stood with it in his hand, just going like, yeah! And I said to his mum, I wish I'd had the phone out, or like to take a picture or whatever of him while he was doing it, because it was just that look of enjoyment on his face. And I said to you earlier, didn't I? It was like, it's the meme or whatever of the baby at the football game or the baseball game. It's like, yeah, that kind of like look of elation on his face. It was the one thing that he most wanted to get out of the set, and he pulled it. And he was so happy, like, yeah. Just shaking with excitement. It was awesome. And I remember coming home and I remember coming home and telling you about it.
You were very excited for him.
Yeah, it was awesome. Just seeing that much pleasure on somebody's face. That's
why you have a game shop,
and that's why we do it. That's why we do it.
Because you're super sweet, aren't you?
That was awesome. Yeah.
So apart from other people's joy that makes you happy.
Yeah.
Over the years, we've done all sorts of charity work as well, haven't we?
Yes.
Because even though we don't raise money for charity every year, because there's lots of other people that raise money for charity, and we have a small community, and I think if we asked them every year for something, it might get a bit annoying. But there has been a few rare occasions when we have raised money for charities that we've really been passionate about. So we raised quite a lot of money for MNDA, which I always say wrong, and I'm very sorry. When we were doing it, I kept having to write it down. So Little Miss got involved heavily in that. We went to a pottery painting place, didn't we? And she painted a money box dragon and she was only young, and I asked her what she wanted to call it, and she wanted to call it Demis, and I still don't know why, and I don't think she knew why.
No, I always thought she meant Dennis, but she was adamant it was Demis.
But that caused a little bit of confusion then, because I kept saying, "Oh, put the money in Demis," and everyone, "Oh, what's a Demis?" So I kept having to call it Demis the Dice Dragon and stuff, because the name just didn't really make sense. So I don't know where it came from. I don't know if she'd watched a program or read a book or whatever, but that's what the dragon's called. That's what the dragon is still called. We have a mascot of the dragon, the green dragon with the yellow tummy, and that is what it's called. And then we got a little pot. We put dice in it, didn't we? And it was like sat on its bum, this dragon, with its legs. We still got it. And the little pot sat in between. And you put like a 50p or whatever in for a dice. So people used to put money in there. And they all knew that Little Miss was running this little thing for the charity. And she raised a lot of money from that.
Yeah.
Because people used to put their change in and not take a dice, just like, that's okay. And then we had a couple of events and we helped out. We were outside with some of the mascots and stuff and helped raise some money. We raised quite a lot of money for them.
There was one pretty awesome thing that we ended up doing at that time, totally by chance. The author of a couple of the Games Workshop Black Library books, Guy Haley, came into the shop. So not the shop that we're in now, the previous shop building at the time. But he'd come in the shop. He was in Bridlington on holiday, and we're chatting to him, and he was like, "Oh, well, I'm glad to see you've got some of my books." And I nearly didn't ask him because I was so kind of like starstruck. But I got him to sign a copy of Dark Imperium, and we auctioned it off for charity and raised quite a bit of money off.
That was good.
Raised quite a bit of money that, and obviously that because we set the listing up on eBay as an auction. And the way that eBay do charity auctions, we just give the money straight to the charity. Then that's absolutely fantastic. And eBay don't take any fees from charity stuff, so that was really good.
They didn't at the time.
No, they might do now. But
that was good. So we did that, didn't we, for MNDA? Yeah. And then you and the guys were insane in raising money for Calm.
Yes.
The campaign against living miserably last year. Why you put yourselves through that?
It was
the charity.
It was good fun.
So go on.
It was good fun.
Tell everyone how nuts you all are.
So we did a 24-hour Blood Bowl challenge that was starting at 10 a.m. on Saturday morning. A dozen of us got together and we started by getting a box of a Blood Bowl team and then built and painted that team and then played several games with it.
You started off all enthusiastic.
Until 10 o'clock the next morning, and by, I don't know, like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning on Sunday,
we didn't go sleep.
No, and there was no alcohol consumed either.
No. You were just playing games.
Yeah, it was just all playing games and chatting and what have you. But yeah, it was...
You're getting tired by about 4
we were definitely flagging.
You said if you did it again, then there would be a plan for that time for some food because there was nowhere open.
Oh yeah,
to get anything.
Yeah, we couldn't get anything food wise. The local McDonald's wasn't doing 24-hour food at that time, so we couldn't get anything delivered. All of the bakeries that do bacon sandwiches didn't open till like 9 o'clock in the morning. We were all absolutely starving by the time it got to.
They'll have to bring you like a little food parcel.
Yeah, well, we've discussed that if we do it again, someone's bringing their George Foreman. So we can get it.
You've probably set all the fire alarms off, knowing you.
So we can get it going in the kitchen. But it was really great fun. So. I think there is a video. I think there is a video on YouTube or information out there about it as well. Yeah, I hope so. I think so. Yeah, we did put something together. And so from 10 a.m. on Saturday morning, I think the first games were being played around 10 p.m. on Saturday night. So some people really pulled their fingers out. One of the guys, Al, my good mate Al, actually painted 2 full teams.
Built and painted and played games. You did it awesome, and you raised quite a bit for that.
We £1,800 we raised in total with the
which is
gift
amazing
aid and everything
Jackson's Fisheries. Big shout out to Jackson's Fisheries in Bridlington. They sponsored, so it was however much certain point raised, they matched it, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it was whatever we'd raised in event entries.
That was
they matched, which was absolutely fantastic.
And then we had like a GoFundMe.
Yeah, and then we set a
Just Giving
page up, and we raised a load of money on that.
So that was awesome.
So yeah, it was really good. Really, it was great fun. Although we were really tired, it was great fun, and we raised a load of money for a really good cause. And we got some great response back from the charity actually about how many people that we would have like helped with like that donation.
That's nice. I think that
good, yeah.
Because I think charities, some charities get so much that you never really hear what it does. So it's just nice to know that it meant a lot to them that you'd done it.
It was really cool.
But
so
you were thinking about doing it again this year, because this year is our 10th birthday.
It is.
And we're raising money for the Hinge Centre in Bridlington.
It is. We've kind of chosen for the first time. We've decided that we're gonna pick a charity and raise as much money as we can for them as part of our 10th birthday celebration.
All throughout 2026.
Yeah, all this year we're going to raise as much money as we can for the Hinge Centre, which is absolutely fantastic local charity.
They do so much stuff.
Do all sorts of stuff for like anybody that needs help. Basically, it's fantastic. All the different work that they do. They do
adults activities. They do children's activities. They do food parcels. They do gifts at Christmas for kids that can't get any other gifts otherwise. They have drop-in centres for all sorts of things. Like if you think that somebody would need help with something, they probably have a group or an activity to help you with that thing, and it's in Bridlington, so it's very, very local and very, very close to our community. So we're really hoping that we can do as much as we can for them. So we've got a Lucky Dip in the store running currently, which we're kind of running out of prizes. So if any companies are watching,
and you would like to send us anything that we can put in our Lucky Dip and raise some money. We're currently on quite a hefty total for the Lucky Dip, aren't we?
Well, for a Lucky Dip, yes, because it's £3 a go.
Yeah, which is charging £3 a go, which has encouraged loads of people to have a go.
That was the idea.
And we've put all sorts of stuff in there that different companies have provided and donated. So I can't remember what the current total's up to.
I don't know. I thought you knew. That's why you were.
I don't know. Somewhere in the region of about £300, I think, currently. Yeah, I think
there was that much. It was 100 and something when I looked. Are you sure?
Yeah, I think we're in the region of about £300 raised off the back of that so far.
Awesome.
And
we're having Mascot Day.
And we're having Mascot Day tomorrow.
Which will have already happened by the time this goes out.
Yeah, with Evie and Demis, the dragon.
Yes.
And but we won't get to know, we won't know straight away how much we might raise out of that because the buckets are sealed.
I'm just going to open the book.
Okay. Fair enough. And then we've also scheduled a couple of other events throughout the year, different gaming events where the money will go into charity. Later on in the year, we're going to be running a knockout Blood Bowl tournament.
We're really hoping to get a lot more events going in store this year. 10th birthday, we need to really give it a good go.
Yeah, we've got a couple of irons in the fire, haven't we, on that score?
But it's already the end of February. It's absolutely insane.
I know. I don't know where it's gone. Really, this year's just zipping. Well, even faster than last year. I think it's going past, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's coming along nicely. And we've got loads of stuff that we want to do. A few renovations to the store, which are ongoing.
What renovations to the store?
Well, we're painting the gaming floor, aren't we? The problem is, Mrs MLG is pulling this face because when we
she's a grumpy smeg.
Yeah, well, it's understandable, to be fair. When we originally decorated the gaming area in the shop, the wallpaper that is on the walls, we didn't we couldn't afford to redecorate entirely. We couldn't really afford to put that money into it at the time, and we still can't because it's a horrifically large space with huge high ceilings and whatever. So we're going to repaint it. But painting it originally, the pattern, the texture on the wallpaper is
really
so
old.
deep.
It's like super fresco or something, with the big patterns on it.
Yeah, it's awful stuff. And painting it and getting the paint into all the crevices, you've got to jab at the wall with the thing. You can't. If you roller it, it's horrendous. You
it's like
roller
dry
it,
brushing.
you're just dry brushing the texture on the front of the thing.
So originally I painted every single wall grey.
Yeah, we painted it a very light, I can't remember what the tone was called, but it was a very light grey. So it wasn't white, so it wasn't kind of like eye-burningly bright when the lights were on. It was like
just neutral.
A nice light grey. And we decided that we were going to have a bit of a change-up.
What idiot decided that?
So we picked a nice kind of tealy colour that Mrs MLG isn't quite struck on now. She's painted an entire wall with it. But also, not only did she want it to be this kind of teal colour,
wanted it to be the original idea was I wanted it to be warm. So the gaming floor is split into two. We built a dividing wall. I've said this before. We built a dividing wall to help reduce the noise. So if you're playing 40k at one side and other people are playing card games or you're playing an RPG, just to slightly dampen the noise of the two games going on so everyone has a good time, and also to keep the two areas warmer in winter because it is a big open space. So we built this wall. It's movable, and the idea was that we were going to remove it every summer and have the big open space. And then that never happened because everybody likes the fact that it's there and it kind of splits off the two areas. So the smaller area where all the 40Ks and the RPGs take place, I wanted to make it warmer. Wanted to make it like a snug type place. So I suggested that we get different stools, maybe a bit more comfortable, so it was like a warm, inviting space that wasn't just grey, and that it just felt warmer, like a pub snug type place. So I wanted like a really rich, nice, warm tealy colour, and then I was going to paint the picture rail, the dado rail, in gold, and that was, and I wanted new chairs and stuff, which then I decided were too expensive. But anyway, so we painted this greeny colour on the wall, and it's awful. So now I don't want to paint it anymore. So half the wall's painted, and it looks really stupid.
Well, we can always get some different paint.
No, I can't, because it took me 2 days to paint half a wall. So it's being this hideous colour, and also you like it.
Well, I do quite like it.
I don't like it. And all he keeps saying to me is, well, once it's all done, you can't judge it because you haven't done it all. You've literally done half a wall and the rest is grey.
Yeah.
And it's that really bad, when you paint something, because I'm not very good at decorating, I hate it. But when you paint something, you've got paint left on your paintbrush, and then you just do a bit like that on the side to get it off your paintbrush like that. It's terrible. And it's been like it for 4 months.
Yeah, probably.
So I need
we need to we need to get that sorted, don't we? So there's the redecoration. We're going to move George, so we've got a little bit of space.
Life-size Pathfinder Goblin George.
Yeah,
so was my birthday present.
So we're going to move George. So George has currently got a little fort at the side
that we home built.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we're going to move George, and we're actually going to make him a little balcony. So he's still there, but he's not taking up a lot of floor space.
He takes up a lot of floor space that could have another table in, really.
Yeah. So we're going to move that, and we're going to sort a little bit of other wall out where there's been a stud wall built, and it's a little bit mismatched. So we're going to try and tidy that up a little bit with the redecoration. So once the painting's done, we're going to sort that out, and then I'm thinking about taking the cabinets away.
See how he's doing this because it's news to me.
Oh, okay.
Right, okay.
Thinking about taking the cabinets away and having some shelving there to store the terrain on.
You've got shelving. You've got all under the.
I know, but some of the terrain is too big to fit in the holes. So having some shelving there for storing the terrain, and having the terrain stored on the shelves rather than on the tables, and then people bring the terrain to the table and put it away again.
They won't do that.
Well, that's the goal.
They won't do that.
Oh.
Well, they won't.
So that's the goal.
So what are you going to do with the cabinets? Because the cabinets are full of like RAL.
Yeah, they've got some old stuff in. I don't know where.
What's it called? RAL
Partha. Yeah, they've got some old Citadel and RAL Partha and other sort of classic minis in, and some other bits and pieces. So I'm not entirely sure what we're going to do with those.
I tell you what we're going to do with them. Leave them exactly where they are.
Okay. We can discuss that. So that was me thinking, rejigging that slightly, and the flooring needs replacing. We were planning on doing it last year, and we're going to have to bite the bullet at some point and do it because it's starting to really get bad in places. So the The flooring has been down for 6 years, and it has taken a lot of hammer.
It's on top of the carpet that was originally there. Because when we first did it, we couldn't afford to get rid of the carpet because it's massive.
Yeah, it's that horrible old stuff that falls to pieces when you pull it up.
And so we just laid the laminate on top.
Because I was a bit lazy.
Well, no, because it's cushioning. And it's, sound dampening for downstairs and all of those other really good reasonings. But now it's started to, the laminate floor has started to come apart.
Yeah, it's drifting.
People bouncing and stuff.
What have you. And
so I said, just knock it back in, but apparently that's not good enough.
It needs renewing. So we've got the stuff to do it. We just need to do it. Just need to do it. So that's in the plan, and just general like little bits of maintenance, refreshing, and maybe I might even paint the side entrance that's been sanded down and just bare primer for.
I mean, just wash it would be a start.
Yeah, we'll get there. It's all these little jobs that need cumulatively doing, and hopefully we're going to get through some.
You're supposed to do all of those jobs in winter.
I can't do some of the outdoor painting and stuff in the rain and the snow. Apparently it's going to snow this weekend.
But you can't do it in summer when it's actually busy, because in winter there's nobody in Bridlington. It's just the streets are empty. So that's when you're supposed to do all these jobs. But then winter comes and goes and we're like, oh, it's summer again now. Okay. That's what happens, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, it's 10 years now. Oh, okay. So I've got another question for you.
Okay.
Okay. I want to know...
Yeah.
What new games have you been introduced to since you opened Mighty Lancer Games?
Loads. Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! I've had a go at Yu-Gi-Oh!
You said that the writing was too small.
The writing's too small on the cards, and even with my glasses on, I find it like just the whole mechanics of the game seems complicated. But the writing's so small on the cards, like it's not that I can't see it, but it's
not really appealing to you.
I'm not really a massive fan of the art on Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards as well. It's like a bit of a weird... Don't know. I'm not really an anime fan.
No, you're not. But go on, you don't have to like everything.
No. So, Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I never played card games. And I mentioned in previous video about my first experiences with Magic the Gathering in my teens.
So the card game.
So we've played those. Moonstone. I never knew about Moonstone. Moonstone's been going for a while, hasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
What else?
We've got some Moonstone minis to paint.
We have.
In the pile.
What else? What else have I been introduced to?
What kind of tabletop games?
I did play Frostgrave already.
Have you played any historical games that you hadn't played before?
I probably have, but I can't think of any.
What's this Tonk thing that you're playing at the minute?
So Tonks is I don't know where the rules have come from actually, but that's something that Tim's introduced. That he found this rule set. I don't know where he's got it from, and these tiny little sort of caricature-y tanks that he's 3D printed a box that's got bodies of the tank and tracks for the tank and turrets for the tank and guns, and you basically mix and match bits from all of it and make up like little tanks, and then you play a game with that.
Yeah, right.
So it's
Sounds interesting.
Yeah. So it's a kind of a print and play game. Obviously, like we sell paint, so we can support it. But yeah, it's just like a fun little game that you play with one or two little plastic tanks, and you can play it with any tanks really. There's no reason that you can't play it with like Flames of War size vehicles or whatever, because they're all about the same.
Would the Claws War ones be too big?
Yes, I think so.
But they're quite cute.
You'd have to change the measurements, maybe just upscale the measurements. But the tanks that you're playing with, you play in inches for movement, so you move 4 inches. I suppose there's no reason you can shoot anything on the table. There's no reason you couldn't play with a bigger vehicle.
No, but if it's designed for smaller ones,
then. But yeah, I've only played it once actually. I need to paint my Tonks. I've got them, brought them home. Have you seen them on the table?
You came in with you came home with them, so yeah. So many games then. What's your favourite game? Does it change? Because currently it's Blood Bowl, isn't it?
Blood Bowl.
Does it change from kind of? Because I think it does. Because at one point you were obsessed with Frostgrave.
Yeah.
And wouldn't stop talking about Frostgrave.
The best thing about Frostgrave is
what?
Just everything about it's like Hero Quest. The best thing about Hero Quest is more Hero Quest. If you've seen that video, the bearded druid or whatever.
I think we kind of understood that. I didn't know what you were talking about from the blank expression on my face.
No, well, I do get massively sucked in. Do get massively sucked into different game systems when it takes me. So Mordheim occasionally, like when in the run up to our yearly like Mordheim event that we normally attend. I get mad for Mordheim.
But Blood Bowl has been a strong contender for many years now, hasn't it?
It has, yeah.
It is nuts though, isn't it, that game?
Yeah, it's just absolute chaos on the pitch. All sorts of stuff. I really like playing Goblins. We've got 2 competitions going at the moment. So I've mentioned that this week is our first week of the season. And I was going to play my game last night. So after I played the Combat Patrol game, I was going to play, my opponent was in, and we were going to try and get his thing, but he had to leave quick, so we're doing it next week. But this season, in the main league, and this is the first time that we've had 2 separate things running concurrently, but this year we're having a main league, and we're having a stunty tournament league setup thing on the side, because there's so many people wanting to play a stunty team, but take the main game seriously, so don't ever play a stunty team. So we wanted to have 2 separate things. So we're having a main league and a stunty league. So I'm playing Ogres, because I've never played Ogres before, so I'm going to play Ogres in the stunty tournament.
Are they ready?
They're nearly finished. They're nearly finished. However, that doesn't start for another 2 weeks, so I've got plenty of time.
So you've got 2 weeks to not do anything, and then on the last night go,
Yeah, stay up all night painting. Yeah. That's normally what happens. And in the main league, I'm playing Tomb Kings. The Marak Majestics.
They're the ones that I painted.
Yeah, the ones that you painted. And everybody that has seen them
has said
how amazing they look. Yes, they have.
Anyway, crack on.
Anyway, the Marak Majestics is what I've named my team.
Marak.
Yeah, so I looked at a map of Araby from the map of the old world and looked to see what the cities were called.
That's clever, isn't it?
And there is a tomb city called Marak, the city of hope.
Oh,
so because I've got hopes that I might win.
We got that.
Some games.
I think we understood that.
Yeah. So I was trying to think of something that would sound funny, but unfortunately, everything that I could think of was just
a pun.
Well, they were all just rude. So, so I just went with something that sounded cool. Seeing as they're Tomb Kings. The Marak Majestics, because they're kings.
I think we were all there without the explanation. You're okay.
And then Tomb Kings in the main league, and my first game is going to be against a human team, which I think is going to be a bit of a struggle. The guy I'm playing against first is a very experienced player. He's very good, very calculating with his team, the Ogres, maximum ogre drive is what we're calling the ogre team, and they're playing in the stunty league. And I've only ever played 2 games with Ogres and lost both of them, so we'll see how that goes.
Awesome.
But I'm just going to go out for throwing as many Noblars at my opponent as possible. Just for the lols.
Just for the lols.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, Blood Bowl is a big focus at the moment. I do get hyper focused on different game systems and different projects. So ever since I saw,
What are you doing?
Well, I was going to reach into the cupboard and just get this guy out because this model got me mad excited for the Necrons. I haven't built him yet, but
we can see that.
But this is the Necrosar Amentar. He was like, the release of this model is what got me absolutely crazy for Necrons for Warhammer 40,000. I've never had any Necrons before, never been bothered about painting Necrons. This dude got me all excited about him, and I thought, I'm going to have to...
Gizmo's here.
Yeah, Gizmo's coming in, and you might just hear some tippy-tappy in a minute. But got me all excited for Necrons for 40k, and I played my first game with them last night, and it was great. So we're going to play some more.
Awesome.
I'm going to build and paint this guy after I've done my ogres.
So this guy has been in a cupboard. He's still in the shrink wrap.
Yeah.
It's probably been in there a while. There's a whole heap of stuff in the orangery that apparently you're going to paint. But this guy's now gone to the top of the list.
Oh no, he's behind the other things that I've committed to. So I'm painting some Stormcast that are going for a charity raffle. So I've got to finish those.
Yes.
They're number one priority.
They are. Well, they should be, yes, because you need to finish
So they're number one priority, and then the ogres, and then Necrons. So I've already got my combat patrol mostly painted. The destroyer thing, canoptic destroyer or something like that it's called, isn't it? So that thing needs finishing, and then after I've finished those, this guy is getting done next.
Are there any products that you now know about since owning Mighty Lancer Games and stocking all these stuff? Obviously, when we first opened Mighty Lancer Games, we stocked on purpose stuff that we knew about. So you stocked Games Workshop, we stocked Reaper miniatures because we love their minis and still do, and we still stock them. And you stocked certain ranges that you used at home or that you were really interested in or that you knew about. And then over the years, over the 10 years, you've expanded and expanded to more stock that we use at home, but also, getting other things in and learning stuff. So is there any products that you know about now that you didn't know back then when we first started, or that you were so excited to get in and try, or that you really, really loved, so therefore got in the shop?
So, things that I really loved and I'm happy that we've managed to get into the shop. Darkstar paints, because I love them. The Darkstar metallics, they're awesome. In terms of things that I didn't know about that I now know about and think are fantastic. So, the Moonstone minis I think are absolutely beautiful. Crooked Dice.
Yeah, they are some fun stuff.
Make some really cool minis from all sorts of things, and that is a game that I would love to have a go at, and I need to get a demo. Maybe when we go to the Game Expo we could maybe try having a demo game of it, because although we sell it because we love the minis and we stock all the rules and everything else, that we've never actually
played some TV, have we?
Never actually tried it. I don't know what it's like, but we do sell a lot of their figures, so I really like those. Things that I think have come to market afterwards. So the kraut cover scenics, stuff. So that's only really come up in the last kind of 18 months.
Yeah. Which one's the one that I use?
Kadama Woods.
Yeah, I like that one best.
Yeah, Kadama Woods.
It's dark.
I've just based all of my Necrons with the Forges of Doom.
Yes, you said that it wasn't what you initially thought.
It wasn't. No, I thought that the ready material in it was sand. I thought it was like a red sand to give it a vibrant thing, and it's got bits of slate and rock and all sorts of other stuff. But the red is actually tiny, like static grass type material. So when you're cleaning the edges of the bases, my finger was stained red with obviously the dye or whatever that's on the thing, and then so I had a red stripe and a black stripe across my finger as I was running it around. I could have used a tissue.
Could have just I mean that's on you that.
Yeah, but it's fine. It's fine. Basing's a messy endeavour, isn't it? But the kraut cover basing material is really cool. It's a limited range, but I think they're all good. In fact, I've brought one home for us to use because the tub is smashed to pieces. So unfortunately, was damaged in transit. So I've brought one home. I think it's Soil of Sparta, which is quite a nice sort of Mediterranean style.
Are there any tools and stuff now that you use now that you've progressed in your painting journey and model making journey from the likes of Airfix where you started to now doing complicated little Necron-y bits and sprues with a finger that's separate and all that malarkey? Is there it, or is it just the tools that you've always used?
I think
because they brought out that new painting handle that we were a bit dubious about at first, weren't we?
Yeah.
The Citadel painting handles.
That is the best thing.
Yeah. Because we used to use the old one and we were like, why do you need a new one? But actually, it is better.
Yeah, so the old one was quite a fat, chunky piece. and the new one has like a really thin kind of swan neck. And I was like, what's wrong with the old one? The old one was really comfortable to hold, but the new one is so much better. It's got like a indentation on the bottom. You could like hold your thumb, and you can hold it in so many different ways, and it's easy to spin because of the design. And it is absolutely, unfortunately, they didn't just scale it up for the next. So the normal size one is perfect in my opinion. But if they'd done the same thing but with just slightly wider jaws, but the next size up, the painting handle XL, is too big and too bulky, so that when you're painting something on, say, like a 50mm base, you have to use the larger sized handle. But the edges of the thing are so wide that you can't just spin it around and use it in the same way without it being in the way of your brush.
Yeah.
Whereas the original one is a lot smaller. So what I've taken to doing is using the standard size one and gluing with a bit of super glue so I can snap the base off the top easy, because of the material they're made out of, was maybe like a hard nylon or something. So if you super glue your base to the top of it, because I don't trust blue tack,
but I don't trust blue tack. You never know what it's up to. It's you look at its thing in its eyes and it looks dodgy.
So super glue the base to the top so you can still use it in the same way, spin it round and do all the things, but it isn't obstructing the edges of the.
That makes sense.
So I get a lot of use out of those, and clippers have become so much better over the years.
Just better engineered.
Yeah. So and finer tips and what have you. So the Army Painter brand ones, they do a precision cutter that's got a really fine jaw on it, so when you're cutting tiny pieces like the individual thumb or the cigar for the Goliath kit for Necromunda and what have you, all those tiny little pieces that you're not getting loads of extra material and then you then have to hack off the part. It's they're the best two tools, I think. Good clippers and painting handles. And the water pot. Third item, the Citadel water pot with its kind of sloping side design, because I've never managed to knock one of those over.
No. Someone else is jinxed.
Yeah.
So if somebody came in then as a brand new painter. Hi, Giz.
Dog.
If somebody came in as a brand new painter, what 4 things would you say? There's not paint, obviously, but what 4 things would you say? Just get those and start with those and then progress from there.
Couple of painting handles. I like to have, if I'm painting multi-models, I like to have every one of them on a painting handle, so I've got about 20 of them. But a couple of painting handles, water pot, because you can't knock it over, or not easy to knock over. A good paintbrush. So a good paintbrush doesn't have to be an expensive paintbrush. So some of the Rosemary & Co brushes that we sell are fantastic value for money and very, very good quality and made in Yorkshire. So Rosemary & Co paintbrushes, I always recommend those to people. They do a fantastic range of synthetic or sable brushes that are all quite affordable, and also a good pair of clippers. So
awesome.
Good quality brush, painting handle.
Fat belly, good point.
Yeah, water pot, decent pair of clippers.
Excellent.
They're the essentials. And Tamiya extra thin glue.
And you've been using the low odor one.
Yes, yeah, and they've recently brought out just before Christmas. We've started being able to get hold of a low odor extra thin cement, and it is great. Great. No banging headaches off the back of using that.
So to wrap things up then, because I think the dog might need a win. Yeah. To wrap things up, owning Mighty Lancer Games is awesome because
we get to provide people with the things that they love at great prices and revel in their enjoyment, share in their enjoyment of the hobby, and that is what really kind of makes it a rewarding experience.
Awesome. So basically, it's you lot
that
make it awesome. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed that. Sorry about all the clattering there at the end, but Gizmo just likes to get involved. Please hit like and subscribe and check out the other sections of our podcast that we've made previously to this. Hopefully you're enjoying it. Please let me know if you are. If you've got any questions for Mr MLG as a friendly local gaming shop owner, then let us know in the comments as well, and we will see you next time. He couldn't get round.
No.
He couldn't get round the camera.
He didn't like the wire. All right, mate.
So I had one more question for you.
Okay.
Might as well just roll in ginger.